Hi, thank you so much for tuning in. So someone asked us a question, why should we buy from you at the price that you're selling at? Why are you selling at the price that you're selling at? Like, what's the deal? Almost as if, there's a general suspicion or mistrust around professional land sellers like ourselves, and that's completely understandable. So in this episode, I'm going to be very transparent and open about our own processes, our own thinking around where we invest, why we invest there, and why we sell for the prices that we do. You're watching Own Land in Kenya. I'm Solomon Wangwe. So, fair question, right? And I've said this before. If you haven't watched past videos, please visit our YouTube channel and subscribe and check out the archives and watch some of those videos where we've explained about our thinking around how to invest strategically, what constitutes prime land. And that's a very subjective thing. We've explained our own opinion on the matter, so please visit the YouTube channel and watch those videos. But in general, this is how we think about investing. And I've said it before, you make money when you buy, not when you sell. And that can mean very many different things. And the same is true for us, especially so for us, because we are deliberately positioning ourselves or offering our services to you as a land investor, as professional land buyers. And one of the main things that makes that possible, and by that I mean buying low enough so that you're making money when you buy rather than waiting to make money when you sell. First of all, is being very knowledgeable about where you're buying. And this is the first thing we do. We make very deliberate decisions about where to buy. Distance from Nairobi tends to be cheaper than Nairobi if you're farther off removed. Next to impending developments, a lot of research and due diligence has to go into finding out what's going to happen in that area before it happens, ideally, because if you wait until it happens, you're going to be paying a completely different price. So whether it's public infrastructure projects or private development projects, or maybe you're the one who wants to make the investment yourself, those are very key factors. And the other thing is unique geographic propositions. Things about the natural environment that you just can't manufacture as a human being, things that God took care of, as it were, that make your property that much more desirable. First thing you need to do, and this is something that we do, is make sure that we position ourselves properly. So for example, if we know that this area is currently selling land at 1 million shillings per acre, but we have also confirmed through our own due diligence that in about 5 years, that land will sell for 5 million shillings an acre because of 1, 2, 3 things happening, then in essence, we have made money when we've bought. And I say that because the general trend in that particular area, and this is different for different parts of the country, right? So Nairobi's real estate market will appreciate at a different rate than, say, Mombasa or Nakuru or Nanyuki or Kisumu. So you need to be aware of what the trends are, which means you just have to do your homework and be knowledgeable. You can't be lazy about this. You need to know your stuff, so do your research. So I may know that in this particular area, land is now selling for 1 million. If we sit on it and nothing happens for the next 5 years, it'll probably be worth about 2 million shillings 5 years from now. But I know that because the government is planning this, that, or the other, or such a private entity is going to do this in the next 2 to 3 years, in that same 5-year period, it's going to be worth an extra 3 million. So it'd be worth 5 million as opposed to 2 million, right? That's how you make money when you buy. That's one of the first ways to do so. The second way you make money when you buy is make sure you buy below the market value. So great. The land is now selling for 1 million shillings per acre. But if I can negotiate the price with the land seller to buy it at maybe 800,000 or even 500,000 per acre instead of the market rate at 1 million, I am much better off. I've already made money when I've bought. I don't have to wait until I've sold to make money. In essence, I have multiplied the value of my investment instantly by buying below the market rate. And there are different ways to do that. First way you can do that is to buy from what we call a motivated seller. A motivated seller is someone who is selling because they have to, not because they want to, but because some circumstance in their life, whether it's business motivated or personally motivated, is demanding that they sell this asset off to take care of a problem. And in many cases, they are willing to take less than its market value simply to solve that problem. And that creates an opportunity for you to come and solve that problem for them. And you've made money when you buy. So if they accept 800,000 per acre instead of $1 million, you've basically already made profit when you've bought. You've bought land that's worth $1 million for 800,000 shillings. Another way to kind of take advantage of the same situation is to buy distressed property. And a distressed property is not always linked to a distressed seller or a motivated seller. Distressed property could be property that's in worse of condition than it should be. Either it has rubble, or it's too rocky, or there's something about the property that makes it undesirable, but with a little bit of intervention on your part, you could make it a lot more valuable. Then you can make money when you buy. Because if the land could sell for $1 million shillings, if it was in good condition now, because that's a market rate, but because it has a dry riverbed cutting through it, which kills its accessibility on one half most of the year, then you can negotiate a lower price because it's not as usable as it would be without the giant trench cutting through it, right? But you know that if I spend, say, 200,000 shillings to build a passageway across that riverbed, which solves the inaccessibility issue, I can factor that into my offer and say, make an offer for 700,000 or 600,000 instead of 800,000. And if I make my case to the land seller and they see the point, then I have made money when I've bought. That's another way to do so. Another great way to make money when you buy is simply to pay the market rate of $1 million shillings and improve value. And I can talk a little bit more about what those things could be in the next episode. I hope that information helps. If you have any comments to make or questions to ask, please feel free to share them. We're happy to engage with you. Our Facebook page is up and running. You could also send your comments to our YouTube channel after you subscribe. And you can also reach out to us through our email, enquiry@goshenacquisitions.com. You can even give us a call at 07 0001 0001. Again, that's 07 0001 0001. You've been watching Own Land in Kenya. I'm Solomon Wangwe. Stay tuned for more information on strategic land investment.